Thinking back to my childhood, playing with toys, watching cartoons, coloring, I realize, wow, not much has changed. But I also remember that most cartoons were episodic. You had one story, told from start to finish in an episode or two. In the end of each episode, the characters maintained their status quo, and there is a reason why episodic cartoons exist to this day. It allows anyone to jump on board from any episode, and it allows the network to rotate the episodes without bothering with continuity. But with the release and success of the likes of Lord of the Rings and Harry Potter, the appetite for rich, fictional worlds opened the doors to a phenomenal show that took the audience on an immersive journey that captivated the imagination of both kids and adults. That show is Avatar: The Last Airbender. Okay, where do I even begin? While majority of the cartoons could be summed up in one or two sentences, Avatar is a special case, mainly because of the amount of rich backstory. So fasten your seatbelts, cause it's exposition time! At the start of the series, we learn that the world of Avatar is divided into 4 different nations: the Water Tribes, the Earth Kingdom, the Fire Nation, and the Air Nomads. Each nation has the ability to bend their type of element at will. However, only the Avatar can be the master of all 4 elements and keep the peace amongst the nations. Upon death, the Avatar spirit causes the Avatar to reincarnate into the next nation, dictated by the cyclic order: fire, air, water, and earth. Unfortunately, the Avatar vanished as the Fire Nation declared war on the rest of the nations. And with no one to stop them, Fire Nation seized control of the world. Thus, our story begins 100 years into the future, when 2 teenage siblings, Sokka and Katara, living in the South Pole, discover a very strange boy, Aang, along with his pet flying bison, Appa. They soon learn that Aang is actually a reincarnation of an Avatar, and that he must learn all 4 bending styles and bring the balance back to the world. The show is cleverly divided into 3 seasons, which the show refers to as books. Each season allows the audience to learn more about each nation. Book 1, titled Water, introduces us not only to waterbending, but also to southern and northern water tribes, their culture, their way of living, and their people. Book 2, titled Earth, takes place mainly in the Earth Kingdom, and Book 3, titled Fire, you guessed it, takes place in the heart of the enemy territory. It is said that Avatar is a show not only for kids, but also for adults, because they can appreciate its moral ambiguity. In Season 1, Episode 10, entitled Jet, Team Avatar meets a group of freedom fighters led by the devilishly charismatic and well-intentioned Jet. However, we discover that Jet plans to drown a nearby village to take out a Fire Nation garrison, thus taking hundreds of innocent lives with them. This leaves the viewer conflicted, as opposed to the classic problem of taking a few lives to save the many. In Season 2, we get a great moment when a local general convinces Aang that all he needs to do is learn to control his Avatar state, because most of the nations are fighting a losing war. This demonstrates how our supposed allies are willing to go to the extreme for a noble cause. In Season 3, we witness the conflict from a different but needed perspective of a Fire Nation citizen. To our surprise, they are not at all different from the other nations. Through the series, we witness that not all who serve Fire Nation are clear-cut villains. Most of the kids are innocent and unaware about the horrors of war. Unfortunately, the kids were taught alternative facts in school, and the local theater performances serve as a propaganda piece that further establish the Fire Nation agendas. Furthermore, the show dives into themes ranging from responsibility, destiny, revenge, war crimes, and even genocide. That is a lot of weight on the shoulders of a 112-year-old kid. I apologize. I mean, this got really dark. Sokka, say something funny.
Funny how?
Along their journey, Team Avatar finds answers to questions like, how in the world did everyone learn to manipulate elements? How was the Avatar chosen? In what order must he learn the bending? And did Jet really die? Okay, I don't have a clear answer for that last one, but maybe Sokka can help me out here.
You know, it was really unclear.
The show also demonstrates excellent world-building skills that can possibly rival Tolkien's Lord of the Rings. As mentioned earlier with the success of Lord of the Rings, Nickelodeon was purposely seeking something that would be rooted in mythology and lore. Both the show and the film feature maps to indicate the scope of an adventure. In 2014, with the help of Google, Warner Brothers went a step further by releasing a fully functional map of Middle-earth. With its vast landscape and iconic places like Ba Sing Se, the Great Divide, Kyoshi Island, or Omashu, the world of Avatar is a suitable runner-up, if Google ever decides to do something similar again. Tolkien based Middle-earth on real history, and Avatar borrows a lot from Asian mythology, philosophy, and history. The latter half of Season 2 takes place primarily in Ba Sing Se, the capital of Earth Kingdom. Surrounded by a giant wall, reminiscent of the Great Wall of China, the buildings in Ba Sing Se look a lot like the Forbidden City, but widespread corruption plagues this seemingly peaceful and strong city. New arrivals are brainwashed by the secret police known as the Dai Li. Similarly, China had a secret base to brainwash political prisoners and potential troublemakers underneath Lake Laogai. It was also to exterminate or re-educate political prisoners. The Dai Li are instantly recognizable in their conical-shaped hats and are named after Lieutenant General Dai Li, a top Chinese government official during the first half of the 20th century and one of the most feared men in China. Their uniform is similar to that worn by the Jing Wei, a secret police that served the emperors of the Ming Dynasty in China. With total control of the populace through harsh laws and secret police, Ba Sing Se is reminiscent of a near-police state, especially for its ruthless approach to controlling information and propaganda. Could you imagine the lengths they would go to cover up the 2010 film The Last Airbender? Yeesh! But honestly, you can create the most expansive worlds, but you can't ever interpret it without a group of relatable characters exploring it and experiencing it. For us, it's Team Avatar, consisting of amazing characters that we have seen grow and change for 3 phenomenal seasons, and who endure a 3-year-long satisfying journey. But for the creators Michael Dante DiMartino and Brian Konietzko, this was the result of something they started 7 years prior. From a rough pencil sketch to arguably the best cartoon of all time. Oh, hey, Sokka, I just wanted to thank you for your help. Hey, geeks, thanks for watching another episode of Art in Motion, which was about Avatar, if you were not listening. I mean, this is Avatar we're talking about. How can you not smash that like button? And remember to subscribe, at least for the reason so that you don't take the chance of missing us talk about Avatar again. And if you're liking what you're seeing from us geeks so far, imagine how far we could go with your support over on our Patreon. And be sure to check out our sweet merch too. Links are in the description.